The snowstorm had swallowed the entire city, turning Christmas Eve into a night that felt colder than loneliness itself. Inside the top floor of the tallest building in town, where the world expected to find power, confidence, and control, a man sat alone with his head in his hands. Billionaire CEO Daniel Mercer, known for reshaping industries and intimidating entire boardrooms, looked nothing like the legend he was rumored to be. Instead, he looked like a broken man who had forgotten what warmth felt like. His office was dark except for a small lamp reflecting off the glass window, and the untouched gifts for no one lay scattered beside him like reminders of everything he had lost. His wife gone, his only son estranged, and his empire feeling more like a prison than an achievement, Daniel had never felt more alone than he did tonight. And for the first time in years, the mighty man cried, "Sparkles, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of unexpected miracles, then please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your support means more than you know." Sparkles outside the building, the city lights flickered like stars fighting their own battles against the dark, while below near the lobby entrance, a small figure in a pink coat stood with her mother, trying to shake off the cold. 7-year-old Emily wasn't supposed to be out this late, but her mother, Clara, worked overtime as a cleaner in the same building. The storm had delayed everything, and Emily, refusing to stay home alone, insisted on waiting for her mom in the lobby. While Clara mopped the polished floors and tidied the executive offices, Emily wandered quietly, humming Christmas songs to herself, searching for decorations or lights to make the place feel less empty. It was in that quiet wandering that she reached the top floor where her mother had last been assigned to clean. The elevator dinged softly, and the door opened to a hallway filled with silence so deep it made even her tiny footsteps echo. Emily peeked inside the open office door, and froze. She saw a man in a suit sitting on the floor, shoulders trembling, the kind of sadness she recognized from nights when her mom thought she was asleep. That kind of quiet crying that came from somewhere deep and painful. Emily had seen adults sad before, but she had never seen someone cry alone on Christmas Eve. Slowly, she stepped inside, the innocence of her heart guiding her more than her thoughts ever could. Daniel didn't hear her at first. He wiped at his face with cold fingers, trying to collect himself. No one was supposed to be here. But when he finally lifted his head, he saw a small girl with big brown eyes standing just a few steps away, watching him with a gentleness he hadn't felt in years. He tried to straighten himself, embarrassed, but Emily simply took a step closer and held out a small tissue crumpled in her mitten. She didn't say anything yet, she just looked at him like she understood sadness even at her age. Inside, something cracked open in Daniel's chest. No board member, no employee, no adult had ever approached him with such simplicity and sincerity. He had spent his life surrounded by people chasing power, money, or something they wanted from him. But here was a little girl offering him nothing but a tissue, and then Emily softly whispered the words that melted everything inside him. "Don't cry, mister, you can borrow my mom." It was the kind of sentence no one expected to hear, especially not a man used to being feared. But Emily said it because she knew what lonely felt like. She remembered Christmases with no presents, nights when her mom cried because bills were late, evenings when she hugged herself to sleep because she missed the father she never met. To her, sadness was not something only adults understood, it was something she had lived with too. Daniel swallowed hard, unable to speak. Something inside him softened, returning him to a place where he once believed in kindness and family. He glanced toward the hallway where Clara appeared, confused and worried, rushing inside when she realized Emily had wandered away. When she saw her daughter next to the CEO she had never even seen up close, Clara froze in fear. She began apologizing, stepping forward to pull Emily away, but Daniel raised a hand gently, not with authority, but with gratitude. He assured her that everything was fine, more than fine, and with a voice still shaky from emotion, he asked if she could spare a moment. Clara hesitated, unsure of what to say, but the kindness in Daniel's expression was undeniable. Emily tugged at her sleeve and whispered that the sad mister needed them. And something in Clara's heart shifted too. She knew what loneliness looked like, what pain felt like, what surviving on empty holidays meant. And tonight, the richest man in the city didn't look rich at all. He looked human. Broken. Alone.so, the three of them sat together in that big, empty office. Clara shared stories about holidays she tried to make magical for Emily even when life had given them very little. She talked softly and gently, the way she always did, and without realizing it, she gave Daniel something he had forgotten existed, a sense of home. Emily showed him her tiny pink scarf, told him how her mother made hot chocolate with extra sugar when she was sad, and how she always believed Christmas was about helping someone who needed love. Daniel felt a warmth he hadn't felt in years. He didn't want the night to end. For the first time since his wife's passing, he felt connected, not to success or responsibility, but to people who expected nothing from him. When he finally stood, he walked to a cabinet and pulled out 3 small gifts he kept for charity events that were canceled due to the storm. He gave one to Emily, one to Clara, and kept one for himself. They exchanged smiles like a family that had known each other far longer than just an hour. Near the end of the night, when the storm softened and it was time for them to leave, Daniel walked them down himself. Emily hugged him before stepping into the elevator and whispered, "You don't have to be alone on Christmas again." Her words stayed with him long after they disappeared. Sparkles, if this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It helps more than you know. Sparkles, before you go, speech balloon, comment below. Kindness lives in small hearts. If you'd like, I can also create white heavy checkmark SEO package, white heavy checkmark title variations, white heavy checkmark thumbnail prompts, white heavy checkmark paragraph wise image prompts for 6 to 8 photos. Just tell me.